Everyone thinks that Utah is just deserts, Mormons, and no drinks. But after living here my entire life, I've realized that almost everything that people think of when they think of Utah is totally wrong. And in my opinion, Utah is one of the most misunderstood states or places in America. And in this video, I'm breaking down the 5 craziest myths that people commonly believe about Utah. And trust me, number 3 is the one that shocks everybody because it's just not true. So whether you're thinking about moving here or you're just visiting for the first time, or perhaps you're really serious about making the move to Utah, this video is for you. And it very well may change your entire perspective for the better to understand what Utah really is. Okay, let's start off with the one that I hear every single time when I tell people that I live in Utah. Okay, let's get this one out of the way. A lot of the times when people see photos or video of the state of Utah, they see a lot of desert, they see the red rocks of southern Utah, and it looks like one particular type of environment. But you know what? It's not like we're all living on Mars with cactuses and tumbleweeds here. In reality, Utah's one of the most geographically diverse states in the entire country. And yes, we've got 5 national parks in the red rocks of southern Utah, including the most popular of the national parks being Zion National Park. But we also have Arches National Park, Bryce Canyon National Park, Capitol Reef, and Canyonlands. These are amazing places, but we also have some of the best skiing on the entire planet, all in the same state. You could literally ski in the morning and hike the red rocks in the afternoon. And just for perspective, Utah has over 80 mountain peaks that exceed 10,000 feet in elevation. And the landscape here flips from desert and the red rocks and the sandstone of southern Utah to a high alpine forest in just a matter of an hour. So yeah, if you're thinking that Utah is just desert, you're totally off base because there's so much more in Utah to discover besides the desert landscape. Now, I say this in almost every single video, but I feel like it's worth saying every single time. We are so blessed to live in one of the most beautiful states in the entire country, and I love to share that with other people just like you if you're looking to make the move to or within the state. So the beauty of Utah is unmatched, but what about the one thing that everybody associates with Utah? And that's religion. Let's talk about it. Okay, this is a big one. Myth number 2 is that everybody in Utah is Mormon. And when people oftentimes hear Utah, they immediately think that everybody in Utah is Mormon. But that's not even close to the full story. And yes, while Utah is home to the LDS Church, known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which is the full and official name of the church, and they don't necessarily want to be called Mormons, it is a place where people come from all over the country and the world because of the values that they've instilled in the community that was built here. And while this is a major part of our history and our culture here in the state of Utah, there's so much more to discover. And as of right now, only about 42% of Utahns identify as members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And in Salt Lake City itself, that number drops even much, much lower. And it's declining each year as more and more people that are moving to Utah from outside of the state are coming here to find value in what Utah and the people of Utah have built here. And I think that makes Utah a much more diverse and awesome place to be, where we get different perspectives from people from all over the country and the world. Now, there are so many stereotypes that people think of when they think of quote unquote the Mormons, and we continue to think these things because they get perpetuated by people that just simply don't understand and know what it's like to live here and be from Utah and to be in this particular environment. And one of the questions that I get asked commonly is, what is it like to live in Utah as a non-Mormon? Well, I broke that down in a very nice long video packaged just for that purpose. So if you're looking to learn more about living in Utah as a non-Mormon, you might want to check that video out on my channel. And if this is the type of content that helps you, please hit that subscribe button because I do these videos each and every single week to help educate you about living in the state of Utah and moving here regardless of where you're coming from and what you're looking for. And while there are elements of those stereotypes that are true and factual, it is blown out of proportion. And speaking of Mormon stereotypes, this next myth really cracks me up. Okay, I can't even count how many times people have come and visited the state of Utah looking for a place to live and buy, and they ask the question, can we order drinks here? It's kind of funny to think that Utah is considered or viewed as a very dry state where you can't even drink alcohol. And that's myth number 3. It's the alcohol laws here in the state of Utah. And the perception is that people can't drink here, and that's just not true. And my answer to people when they ask this question is yes, Utah is not a monastery. You can drink here. You have the freedom to do whatever you so choose, just within the framework of our laws. And those laws were quite quirky in the years past, and they still are stricter laws than many other states where you may be moving from, but it is something that you can do here without a problem if that's what you're looking for. Now, it's true that Utah's alcohol laws used to be super strict. You had to buy membership cards for bars, you couldn't get higher proof beer, and restaurants had to pour drinks behind a literal wall called the Zion Curtain. But all of that, it's gone, it's history. The laws have adapted to modern times to the point where if that's what you're looking for and it's important to you, all you have to do is keep in mind what those laws are, and the restaurants and the bars really know and they dial that in for you. There's not really much you need to know other than if you're looking to purchase alcohol, you've got to do it at a state-run liquor store, and those stores are not open all the time. And so you want to check where is the closest one and what are their hours to make sure that you're getting what you want. Plus, Utah actually has a booming craft beer scene, tons of local distilleries, and world-class wine bars. And look, the rules are still quirky, but you can get exactly what you want if you know where to go and when to do it. So it's not a dry state, it's just different. And honestly, that uniqueness is part of what gives Utah its charm to begin with. Now, let's next bust the myth that Utah is just an isolated bubble with no diversity. People think oftentimes that Utah is this closed-off, homogenous mountain state completely isolated from the rest of the country, and that's just simply not true. Utah's population has exploded and is the #1 fastest growing state since 2010, and that explosion in growth has brought well over 1 million new people to the state of Utah. And they're moving here from everywhere, whether it's California or neighboring states like Colorado, Arizona, or Idaho, or other parts of the country, including the East Coast, New Jersey, New York, Florida, or even Texas. Places all over the country and the world, this is where people are coming to Utah from, and it's bringing with that a diverse mix of other things and other identities that has made Utah a more diverse place to live. And it's reflected not only in our population, but our business sectors as well. As Utah and Salt Lake City have become a major hub for the tech industry, as well as so many other industries, we're noticing that this Silicon Slopes effect is bringing businesses from all over the country and the world, and including bringing people with them to come and live here and work here. And with all of that growth comes the diversity that some people really value, not just in ethnicity, but ideas, food, and lifestyle. You've got ethnic restaurants right next to local favorites, and a younger generation that's redefining what Utah means. And with all that said, Utah is still Utah, family-oriented, outdoorsy, and grounded. But it's evolving very quickly, and it's not the same state that you may have visited 20 years ago, and it's changing right before our eyes. All right, we've talked about culture, religion, and laws here centered around alcohol, but this next myth might be the most surprising of all. Myth number 5 is that Utahns just don't know how to have fun. Now, this one makes me laugh and cracks me up every single time. People hear Utah and imagine all rules, no fun, and an early bedtime, and so many rules that it's just not a fun place to live. But the truth is, Utahns might just have too much fun. And for those that comment on the channel here that Utah's a boring place, well, I would argue that maybe you should get outside and go experience what Utah has to offer, because people come here from all over the world to travel here, to visit here, and to live here because of how much fun you can have here in the state of Utah. And look, fun looks different here. It's not just bars and nightlife and clubs. It's adventure, and it's the outdoors. Skiing powder in Park City or the Cottonwood Canyons, hiking the Wasatch Mountain Range, going to the Sundance Film Festival, hitting a concert in Salt Lake City, or a professional sports game. The energy's real here in the state of Utah, and it's only being enhanced with the growth that we're experiencing. And there's also a massive sense of community. People here do things together, and I think that makes Utah exceptionally fun. Whether it be weekend trips, festivals, food trucks, or anything else, Utahns are social. They just express it in their own way, and it doesn't have to be all about the nightlife. And I always tell people that nobody has ever moved to the state of Utah for the nightlife. So if that's you, Utah might just be the wrong place. But if you truly are looking to have fun, there are countless ways to do so in one of the most beautiful states in the country. So no, it's not that people here don't know how to have fun. They just have their own version of it. One that's cleaner, more creative, and honestly, healthier. So let's run it back. Utah isn't just desert. Not everyone's Mormon. You can absolutely drink here. It's way more diverse than people realize. And yes, people here definitely know how to have fun. Most people write off Utah because of old myths and half-truths. But the reality, it is one of the most beautiful, fastest growing, and most surprising states in the entire country. The crazy part, the more you learn about Utah, the more you realize it's not weird. It's just very different and unique. And that's what makes Utah amazing and why I've lived here my entire life. And if you want to learn more about life in Utah, that's exactly why I created this YouTube channel, to help people just like you that are considering making the move to or within the state of Utah. So if this is the type of content that really helps you, and if I've earned it, hit that subscribe button so you can see all of my upcoming videos that I release every single week. And if you're looking to make the move here, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. Reach out to us. You can find my contact information in the description below, or you can book a video call with us right there in that link that you'll find in the pinned comment on this and every video. And if you're looking to learn more about life in Utah, check out this playlist next. And until the next video, thanks.